Welcome back to the Covid-19 Science Channel. Today is Tuesday, January 12th, 2021. Get rid of my daily COVID-19 analysis report for the country of Spain. Before we get started, I have an urgent plea for you folks. To everyone who watches this video and everyone who shares this video, America is in desperate need of prayer right now. The Republic is on the verge of a revolution. I cannot emphasize enough. I also have to caution you about the news coming out of America, because you cannot trust the American news outlets. They are all left-leaning. They are all supported. Basically, the, the news media in this country is nothing more than a trained monkey for the Democratic Party and the far leftists. But again, America needs your prayer this very moment. Pray unceasingly for America. Pray unceasingly for the protection of President Donald Trump and his family. Okay, let's get on with the program now. I also would appreciate if you would share this report with just one person this week. Okay, that's all I'm asking. You have 7 days to share this report with one person. So let's take a look at Spanish numbers now. You can see here currently you have about 2.1 million cases, 52,000 plus deaths. Good news is mortality rate continues to decline. It's very good news. And unfortunately, cases continue to decline at a pretty steep rate. Okay, now it looks like deaths are starting to turn back up also. All right, so this is not good news. You can see here a close-up of what's going on with the cases. And this here actually shows a little bit more of a flattening curve. Honestly, I'm not quite sure why, because it's the same data. Okay, so it's a flattening or it's a turning back up. Well, this is what 175. Huh. This is interesting, isn't it? If this is deaths, then why is that one flat? Okay, we need to take a look at these numbers here. Hmm. Well, this one here is just a subset of the U.S. database up here. It starts at oh, well, that's good. Yeah, the code seems to be right. They're all pulling from a single data set. So why we got them two different things in terms of deaths, I'm honestly not sure. Let's just move on to the weekly numbers. Okay. You can see last week was one of the worst weeks for cases so far. You're halfway through this week and you're about halfway up this column here. You will most certainly pass this number right here, unfortunately. Weekly deaths, you can see you actually do have had a declining trend here. Now it's leveled off and it's increasing slightly up to about 1,000 deaths per week. Here's this week, of course. Monthly numbers, we expected this, right? November being the first. December, January, you can see January is almost caught December's deaths cases so far. Well, there is a way to go on deaths before it catches December's numbers. Okay, so that takes care of the report for Spain for today. Again, before I let you go, I just want to plead with you that if you are a person of faith or of religious conviction, to pray for the United States of America and pray for the protection of President Donald Trump and his family. You know what? Let's just take a look at something here real quick, shall we? I'm just going to take a quick divergence here. I'm going to take a second look at the at the data for Spain over here. I'm just not sure what exactly is going on. Okay, what we're going to do here is we're going to, in data, okay, let's take a look at a quick plot over here. The new cases. Okay, now the problem with Spain's numbers is this. Okay, they're not counting numbers on the weekends. Saturday and Sunday's numbers are added onto Monday's numbers. So this is why we had to use a little different method of seeing what's really going on. Okay, so this is a quick look at this. We got all these spikes followed by these little trend here, because the zero numbers here are the weekends. Those are Saturday and Sunday. So basically speaking, this this makes this plot really hard to understand because you don't actually know what the daily numbers were for Saturday and Sunday. Okay, let's take a look at new deaths. Now, once again, we got this number here. Now, this doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? Oh, no wonder. Okay, you can see these spikes here, but again, they're not counting weekends. Let's take a look at deaths. Once again, we're looking back over here. We got these gaps. So the question is, what are your numbers actually doing? So let's come back up here. Let's export this data. And let's use, say, a moving average, okay? Start with a line plot. Now let's look at new cases. New cases. Okay. Now let's do analysis. Let's do a moving average. Okay, now let's zoom in here. And we look at this here, you can see this clearly. Now what I want you to notice is this line here. This is a 14-day moving average. So this point here, which is 16,597 cases, that is the average number of cases for the previous 14 days. The problem is this right here. You keep they're adding these numbers here on over here. This is why you see this little spike here. Okay, so it's misleading. This is why you need to look at the numbers yourselves. This is why I provide you with basic numbers without any political bias or agenda. But here's the thing. The number of cases is probably close to daily cases is probably put close to this number here, rather than this number here or here or here. Okay? So that's cases. Let's take a look at deaths now. Now once again, if we zoom in here, okay, once again you can see the weekends here. But look at this number here. This last number here is 153 average deaths for the previous 14 days. But yet the spike shows almost 100 more. Okay? 353 deaths versus 153 deaths. So the simple fact is, you folks are not doing nearly as bad as you may be led to believe. We can see the downward trend line. We can see even this trend line here. Your deaths are trending down right now. Your cases, unfortunately, are still high, but your deaths are trending down. So be careful when you look at numbers, okay? So thanks so much for your time. Again, I plead for you to pray for America, pray for President Donald, for the protection of Donald Trump. Pray that God will preserve the Union, the Democratic Republic, democracy in America, okay? Thanks so much for your time. I'll catch you on a later report.